What is up? We are back for another show. This is your host, the not so big Ben guy, whatever you want to call me. Trying to gain a sponsorship from Coors Banquet once again. Cheers to that. And today, we missed him the last two shows, but he's back.
Yo, what is good? It is your boy Pro, man. I'm so glad to be talking with my fellas here today, man. We got some good sports to talk about, man. I'm glad to be back. You know what I'm saying? Life be lifing. Can we say that? Life be lifing sometimes. But it's 2026, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to carry into this year with a lot of sports, with a lot of talk, and with a lot of movement. So yeah, I'm excited, brother. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready.
I am too. And man, unfortunately, football season is over. It was a good year, really unpredictable. But, I'd like to think back to the moments that were leading up to Super Bowl weekend. And one of the funniest things I saw, and I think we all saw it, John Jones clearly did not get his football genes from his brothers.
R.I.P. your brother.
Yes, Arthur Jones, rest in peace. And hope Chandler's doing well. But, Dwight Howard probably cooked him with the worst double move I've ever seen. And
oh my goodness, it was awful. It was the most unathletic thing I think I've ever seen from a basketball player. But I mean, he is old, and like we said, there's a lot of things we could say about.
He's got arthritis apparently.
I can see that. He's probably got arthritis from doing a lot of things. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, just very unathletic, Dwight Howard. But at your age, I can't expect nothing else, I guess.
It was crazy. And I mean, and John Jones might not be the craziest MMA fighter in the world now, as I don't know if you saw, I think I somehow was able to watch this the day of the Super Bowl, but this fighter, and I don't know what promotion it was in, we might have a Mike Tyson in MMA now. I don't know the guy's name, but did you see that?
I need to see a face.
Oh my God. Somebody bit someone's.
Oh, yes. We're talking. Yes, I did see that. Wow. That was something, man. And he really went in for it. If you've seen it, it was way too obvious. They caught everything on camera. There was no saying, "Oh, that was an accident." It was definitely on purpose. And
can't bite someone on accident in a fight.
No. Definitely Mike Tyson. Though we might got a few of them in the MMA now. It's crazy. I thought you'd never see it, but
no doubt. And I mean, there are bad people out there like that, but there are great people out there. Some young ones, too. Just recently, a 13-year-old boy in Australia swam 4 kilometers into the sea. I don't know if you guys saw that or not.
Yeah.
What a...
Amazing. Yeah.
Can't swim.
That's amazing right there.
Saved his family, because I'm pretty sure Australia is infested with sharks, if I'm not mistaken. So, good on you for that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And also, we might have found some new investigations recently. Kurt Cobain, big win for us conspiracy theorists, did not commit suicide allegedly, and according to a new investigation, he was murdered. And it sounds like this is going to be a repeating pattern going forward with famous husbands and their wacky widows who want to gain money. And you know what? It's smart.
Huge problem too.
Yeah.
Nowadays, very, very huge problem. So I'm glad stuff like that is starting to come to light, because there's people with a lot of talent that their talent and their careers get wasted just because somebody is lustful over money or what have you. So I'm glad to see it. To be honest, I'm glad that they can look into it more now and actually see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm just glad he didn't kill himself. Now granted, I wish he was still alive so I could go to a Nirvana concert. I'm a big Nirvana guy. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, me too.
But there was also, that's neither here or there. People who are trying to make a legacy, and Bill Belichick might be the next guy who gets killed by a wacky person, and you know who that wacky person is. It's his girlfriend Jordan Hudson, who hilariously wore the shirt of the spa or the massage parlor that Robert Kraft was busted at getting a hanky there or whatever you call it a few years ago. So
That's a pretty good troll. Like she's obviously we can talk about her, but
I loved it. I mean,
that standalone incident, that's a pretty funny troll, I think.
See, but my thing is, how much of a distraction does she become to his legacy, to him as a coach, or
Huge,
to
I think.
what he's done? Because to me, Bill Belichick is getting, just as much coverage as he was in NFL now, just because of her and because of him as a couple. And obviously, like you said, what's going on with him and his legacy right now, people are like questioning it. Like, is he, who he truly says or who he truly was, or is he ruining it with his recent deals or whatever? But I mean, I don't know. I think he's got to be careful with that. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just
Have y'all seen the clips of like they got some deal with Hulu, because she's like in charge of his like media company now.
I did see.
You seen the clips where like I think it was like Hulu where she was like running the production meeting and basically like telling him like football things more or less. This is crazy, bro.
she's very demanding, and I guess you kind of have to be when you're allegedly a former prostitute. I mean, she didn't want to say where they met. I mean, that kind of, come on.
Yeah.
But, that's neither here or there. I mean, there's not a lot of things she's done that I liked. That probably is the only one. And A+ because, we're probably going to see Robert Kraft on the Epstein list. I'm going to pop a fucking champagne bottle when that happens because I'm going to rub more salt in the wounds. Your team got your asses kicked. You don't get to play a bunch of backups in the playoffs. You don't get to play the New York Jets or the Miami Dolphins every week. And you played a team fully healthy, a team that doesn't mess up, a team that's well-rounded on offense, defense, and special teams. And you didn't even belong in that field. I'm going to be honest. I didn't think they belonged in the same field.
No, and I'm going to be honest. The reason that they got past the Texans was because of C.J. Stroud. Like, let's be honest. Like, if C.J. Stroud actually played a good game, I think we wouldn't have even seen them in the Super Bowl, to be honest. And, wow, what a performance by the defense of the Seahawks, though. I mean, they almost look like the Seahawks of old. I mean, they've got a lot of rookies and a lot of young talent on that team that they look phenomenal, I think. But going back to the Patriots, man, it's just we could all want to say that offensive line was fucking terrible that game. It was bad. And it shows the holes that you guys need to fix. To me, it shows that you can win. I mean, Drake May, for the horrible performance he had that game, he really held his own all year. As a, what is he, a second-year quarterback, third-year quarterback? To get where you've gotten from where they were to be, in the Super Bowl now, it says a lot about his resiliency. I just think we'll see more from that, but congratulations to the Seahawks, man. They deserve it. And it's so good to see Darnold get one for me. It's so good to see him get one.
Agreed, bro.
Like, through his whole career, just like with the Jets, and then, bouncing around teams, Minnesota kind of just trading them off. Like,
terrible decision by Minnesota.
And obviously it showed. It showed 100%. Terrible decision. And, he's gotten a system where he looks real good with that system. So, congrats to you, bud. It's good to see you get one for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, did he play the best game ever? No, but people are acting like he played terrible. I thought he played a pretty good game, all things considered.
As long as he played better than the other quarterback, which he did.
He didn't turn. He's like, hey,
No mistakes.
Yeah. And to be honest, he missed some throws, but he was getting pressured a good amount in that game. And, I think like in years past, he would have panicked. He just stayed in the pocket, stayed calm.
Much more mature. You can tell.
I mean,
Much more mature.
really almost hit Jackson Smith and Jigba, I think, on that second drive, which would have been a touchdown. But, that's neither here or there. I mean, and I got to give one. I mean, the Patriots, they didn't have many bright spots in that game, but Gonzo was a damn machine out there. I mean, those passes he was defending, I'm like,
Oregon, you know what I'm saying? Oregon boy, you feel me?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We could really use a guy like that last year. But I also, too, I want to give a shout out to the MVP, my boy Kenneth Walker.
Yep.
He looked, they did what I think the Seahawks should have done the last time they played the Patriots in the Super Bowl. They ran him consistently. He got yards. And then when you got to the point where you didn't need to throw those deep bombs down the field, Sam Darnold could make those throws. And I mean, if you looked at it time and time again, Kenneth Walker at least got 5 yards every single carry. Almost 5 yards every single carry. And I think he was really a big factor. And because like you said, Darnold was getting pressured all game, but they had such a the balance with, I think, the pass and the run. It just worked perfectly. And
Yeah, and I mean, like early on, they were kind of getting stuffed in the run game, but like they just kept feeding him and kept trusting him, and eventually, I mean, it worked out. And I think like New England really sold their soul. Not necessarily sold their soul. They were just like, "Hey, JSN, you're not going to beat us today." And to their credit, he didn't. I mean, but I think JSN cares more about winning the championship than having.
I mean, at this point, he's already solidified himself. What does he need to do in the Super Bowl?
And Cooper Kupp, he stepped up pretty massively, and A.J. Barner, I believe, was the first touchdown of the game, which came in the fourth quarter.
That's tight end, right?
Yep, the tight end.
Yeah, he looked good that game, too. I ain't gonna lie. He looked real good that game.
He had a good playoffs for sure.
Yep. Which is crazy because I didn't realize he was on the national championship team at Michigan, but he was like Colston Loveland's back. So I'm like really like kind of realizing like, damn, that Michigan team was a lot more loaded than I thought.
Yeah.
But I mean, and again, like, Seattle, we gotta talk about the individuals on Seattle's defense. I mean, obviously it was all you can eat buffet on the left side of the offensive line for the Patriots. I think we know who I'm talking about, but these are rookies, so I'm not gonna pile on him too much. But DeMarcus Lawrence, I hate to say it, he called his shot. He said, Dallas is my home, but I'm never gonna win a Super Bowl here. And I mean,
I think, with certain stuff going on and the trend, I think we're definitely, like I said, we're getting better. Do I expect like us to be a Super Bowl team? I'd hope, I can't never say like I don't hope for it, or I'm not going to root for them every year to be that team, right? But looking at it realistically and just looking at the other teams in the league, I can kind of agree. Like, there's going to be a lot of things we need to step up on as a team. And I think, like I said, the draft will be kind of key for us this year to really get a solid rookie that we can build around. I think defense-wise, and I agree. You know what I'm saying? It hurts to say, but I agree. But I'm always gonna hope for us. That's my team. So,
and I think Shoddy's a good leader of men, from what I've seen. So, I mean, I don't know if they'll turn around, but I think what his point was, they care more about dominating the headlines than putting in the work to win championships. Like, you're treated like a Super Bowl champion pretty much there every day, even though you haven't won anything yet. But that's just
America's team. Yeah, that's just I feel like that's just what comes with it.
Right. Say, and going back, because I didn't mean to get too off task with that, but like Seattle, let's talk about winners. I'm just kidding. But I'm not. But DeMarcus Lawrence had a pretty good game. Uchenna Nwasu with the pick six. Julian Love, if you saw that mic'd up clip, like knew that an interception was coming eventually. And boys, we got to talk about Devin Witherspoon. Holy crap! I thought he could have won the MVP of the Super Bowl personally.
Yeah.
I mean, timed up those blitzes perfectly. We give this guy praise all year long, Josh McDaniels, and rightfully so. I mean, he finally won in New England without Brady, but it didn't feel like there were many adjustments. I don't know if there was like lack of adjustments on New England's offense or if Seattle just kept like throwing different looks to the point where, I mean, because it just felt like New England just kept dropping back and trying to win in the pass game, and it just wasn't working. So I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think?
Go ahead, Paul.
I was just gonna say, McDonald is so good, dude.
Yes.
Such good play caller. So I saw this stat this morning. I'm rounding up a little bit, but 30% of Devin Witherspoon's blitzes all year happened in the Super Bowl. So they didn't really blitz him all year, but obviously they saw something. And both Witherspoon and Kenneth Walker are contract. What's the word? They're due for a contract, so I wonder how big a bad both of them will get, because they were both instrumental.
Yeah, and I will say too, I to me that game I saw a little bit of a correlation with. I don't know if you guys can think this as well, but how Indiana defenses played, at least in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Seahawks looked like an Indiana defense in college. What I mean by that is they all looked like they were playing for the same thing. Mm-hmm. They all looked like they were playing together. And to me, it just, when a team is so together like that, where they're behind their quarterback, super behind their quarterback, super behind the team that they have, it, like, to me, that adds so much. Because, like, teams, like you said, that have these problems during the season, like the Eagles, where it's like A.J. Brown is saying all this stuff, and you have guys that are like, Brandon Ayuk, with the 49ers and stuff, just little distractions where it doesn't seem like the team is together. I feel like the Seahawks, to me, showed that they were a team that they've always rallied behind each other. They've always thought that they could win. And by the way the defense played, it just looked like they all were playing for each other. It really did.
I'm glad you brought that up about like how they were a team and they brought together. I think back to when they lost to the Rams early in the season, and Sam Darnold threw 4 picks in that game.
It was bad.
Really, that's honestly like the only. I mean, I know he had a lot more turnovers than that during the season, but everybody points back to that game in particular. But Ernest Jones, middle linebacker, going up to the podium saying, "That's my guy.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says." And Ernest Jones, a guy who's been traded for, I don't know why. I mean, the Rams could have used him, actually. I mean, Ernest Jones, he was a key piece in the middle of that defense. And, so it's cool to see things like that. They're a team, and, and Darnold, he won it. Like, he didn't have much of a reaction. It was kind of weird, like after all he went through. And I mean, actually, there was a video of him recently at Raising Cane's, I think. I don't know if you guys saw that yesterday, where he's just like trying to eat tendies, and like there's these people like lined up watching him eat, and it's kind of weird. I'm like, the guy's a human being at the end of the day.
Yeah, back off him a little bit.
But he was just like, sorry, I didn't do enough for the New York Jets. I wish we could have done more. And I'm like,
nah, dude.
Like, he has a chance to like bash every team, and he never goes for it. So that's why you love guys like that. And I mean, and I wish nothing but success for him going forward. I mean, and the hate that he got in the beginning, I mean, kind of deserved. He didn't play great, but like at the end of the day, like just showed the Jets and Panthers were not very competent franchises at the time. Still not the Jets. I mean, Panthers are heading in the right direction, but yeah, that was just cool to see.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, I think. I don't. Can we really say a rookie quarterback has ever been good on the Jets?
Nope.
Can we ever say that? Like, I think from the time that I've been alive, I think maybe when Sanchez had his little thing and he was like decent.
That was the defense that carried him, though.
It was really the defense, though. Like, to me, I think Geno probably was like, from what I've seen, the better quarterback that they've had. And that's saying a lot, because Geno is...
I was going to say, we're talking about the Seahawks now. Geno leaves and they win a Super Bowl immediately.
Yeah,
and the team he goes to becomes the worst team in the league.
Yeah. But that's just, to me, it's just a lot about the Jets as an organization with quarterbacks that they had. I mean, I don't know if it's just a developing thing or what, but, like you said, Jets got a hire now, and let's see if they could do something with my boy Frank.
Yes, yeah, that'll be interesting to see him back as an NFL play caller instead of a head coach. So good luck to you, Frank Reich, on that. I mean, it might be quick because it feels like that staff is like all on notice.
Yeah.
With how it went last year. I mean, but one thing I got to say, and last thing I'll talk about Super Bowl wise, for both teams, I'll make a bold take and say the Patriots will not be back in the playoffs next year. I really don't think so. I mean, I think that Drake May it's nothing against him. I think he's a pretty good quarterback and all, but, the schedule's a lot harder now. I don't think you're going to win 14 games. And, if you play like that, I mean, or if the whole team plays like that, and and your number one wide receiver is probably going to be in a jail cell come this time next year, potentially. I mean, he's got millions of dollars, so but and that's another thing. We'll talk about that later on in the show, but we want to talk about the Seahawks defenses. Compare the Legion of Boom to what is it? The Dark Side they call themselves now. The Dark Side, they threw all kinds of different looks at you, whereas like the Legion of Boom, they kind of all just lined up in cover 3 and saying like, hey, we're just going to line up in this and see if you can beat us. And they didn't. Credit to them, they didn't. But then like Pete Carroll tried to keep that going forward, and everybody figured that out because then it was like you didn't have guys like that where it was just you could line up and you're going to beat them. And that's what got Pete Carroll eventually fired and brought in the young gun. And now they are where they are, and we got to give credit to John Schneider, Seahawks general manager. Where everybody was saying Howie Roseman's the best general manager in the game, hell no. Howie Roseman was just like picking up players that were established. John Schneider was taking risks, saying, "Here, I'm going to trade Russell Wilson away. That's aged perfectly. I'm going to get rid of DK Metcalf because we got a guy in JSN who is ready, even though y'all don't think he is yet." I mean, he bet on himself. Whereas like when Howie took a risk taking Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson, everybody forgets about that now, but because they're Super Bowl champions or were the previous Super Bowl champions before this year. But a real good Super Bowl, and a guy who's still dominating the headlines come Super Bowl weekend. Patrick Mahomes' father is now facing 10 years in prison for violating his drinking habits once again, and it's a shame.
Yeah, it's to me it's always sad for Pat Mahomes, right? Because it's like Pat Mahomes is really such a good guy. Like he's never in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Stays out the way. Good head on his shoulders. So I hate that kind of bad negative aura is kind of going around him and his dad, because his dad was, when he was winning, his dad was there, and what I'm saying, and it sucks to see. I hope everything goes well with him, but shouldn't be a distraction though. I don't think it will be. I think Patrick Mahomes will always be himself, and
I hate that it affects Mahomes like that. I mean, and everyone's always saying like, oh, he's got to turn into Rodgers and cut off his family, but like that's easy. Like,
yeah.
Who are you to say that?
Yeah, you don't know everything, so you can't.
Besides that, I gotta say Super Bowl commercials now kind of suck. But I don't know. Did you guys see the Budweiser Free Bird one?
Which one was that?
Where it was like a horse. It was like a horse that saw a baby bird.
Oh yeah, my wife was. Yeah, I saw some tears. I'm like, it's a beer commercial.
But I mean, I don't know. Free Bird America.
It was.
Oh yeah, it made me think last year when we were beating the shit out of Canada and the hockey, whatever that All-Star was. That was a fun All-Star weekend for hockey. But yeah, I don't know. I just loved it because I'm as free as a bird or whatever,
Yeah.
But and Pepsi brought back the polar bears in their commercials. So, but other than that, and we got to talk the halftime show battle, boys. Turning Point USA versus Bad Bunny. And you know what? To be fair, I watched both. And so I can say I can't criticize one. I don't want Bad Bunny here's my thing. The marriage at halftime, pretty cool. I thought it was. Yeah. You could say you got married in the Super Bowl halftime show. But I just don't. I don't. It's not NFL football, your average NFL fans kind of music. And that halftime show would have been cool for like the FIFA World Cup, you know. So now I agree. I know there's no such thing as halftime over there, or whatever. I don't know soccer terms, but
There's a halftime, no show.
Yeah.
No show.
no show. But again, you know what I mean, though. That would have been perfect for like soccer. Like I just didn't feel like, and I don't know what you boys think, but
I see. Now I'm gonna say I see both sides of it. Okay, I see the side where it's like doing that, you're gonna expect backlash, right? Just because, you know, football, this type of football is you know, it's American. It's nationally American. So, and it's you know, it's just American. But I think the message behind what he was doing and everything, like how that came about, I think it was good for the times. Now, should it be a thing that we always do? No. Just because, like you said, most of it was in Spanish. Not everybody in America knows, you know what I'm saying, Spanish music like that, or knows what he was saying. But like I said, it wasn't a thing where he was, you know, kind of just solely based on Hispanic. He you know, he tried to incorporate some American things here and there, and I really think the coming together of the countries and everything, I think that was a good message, and you know, it was a good thing. And like I said, I see both sides, but I do think it won't be something that they continuously do. I don't think so, just because there's a lot of backlash on it right now. And I mean,
well, and I think that the problem is like the NFL's trying to go global, and like how many more countries do we need to go to like for that? Like we don't need to incorporate this into our halftime show. Like if we have a Super Bowl outside the United States, I may never watch an NFL game again, because like somebody's like, oh, how about have it in London? I'm like, what the fuck did we fight for back in the day, you pricks?
Kid Rock was awesome though.
He was. I mean,
I like Kid Rock.
Did you watch that show?
Yeah.
And Brantley Gilbert, Gabby Barrett, and Lee Bryce were also on that, and they killed it.
Or no, I said Kid Rock. I did not mean Kid Rock. My bad. I meant Green Day.
Kid Rock was the turning point one though, but I know
I meant
Green Day. I love Green Day.
I don't know why I got mixed up with that.
I don't agree with a lot of Green Day's political stuff, but I mean, but damn, like I just remember, I always think of whenever I blast their music, like right before workout, and you know, so that was cool to see them. But yeah, Kid Rock kind of sucked, if I'm being honest.
I ain't gonna lie. That joint was bad. And then the dude that was like, I just want to kiss my fish.
Yeah.
I just want to drink my. He said that. He said, I just want to kiss, or something like that.
There was like a correlation where it was like, I just want to cut my grass. And then it's just like Bad Bunny with like all the people walking out in the grass stuff. I'm like, all right, that's pretty funny. I mean, and then like I see like these AI videos of like ICE detaining like Bad Bunny and all those people. And I know Bad Bunny's an American citizen, so I'm not, but I'm like, that's pretty funny. I mean,
yeah. No, I thought, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really see a purpose for that show. I mean, I understand, like, you know, it's like, well, we want to have our own American version of this. But to me, you know what I'm saying? The Super Bowl happens every year. You know what I'm saying?
They could have had a better lineup.
Yeah, first of all, your lineup was like, who the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you got somebody headlining that's, I think he's like over 40, 50, calling himself.
He's got like 2 good songs, if I'm being honest.
So, you know, you weren't going to get the best out of that. No. You definitely could have lined
I do love Brantley Gilbert, though. I got to get that out real quick. He's one of my favorite. I love Brantley Gilbert. Go ahead.
But overall, I just think the show was like, it's very, like, I don't know if it's like a last minute thing or if they were just trying to get who they could get on there and like kind of put something together. But it wasn't that good.
Yeah. My thing is like, who cares? Like,
it's not like it's not the biggest deal.
80% of the people are gonna watch the Super Bowl if us three were performing next year on the halftime show. Like, yeah, I've never been a big halftime show guy. Like, that's when I go get a drink or a snack or whatever. But I think you called it going international. How do we get non-NFL fans to watch the game? give Bad Bunny, but it's like, I don't know if you're like, that was the best halftime show ever, or if you're like, that was the worst ever.
You're saying that to impress a liberal chick.
I just think it's like both sides. It's like, all right, guys, it doesn't really freaking
It's not that.
It doesn't.
I feel like both sides are making it like too much. It's
I
like
agree.
I've seen this chick go off on it, like on this. The British guy that like does the news stuff. What's that guy's name? He's like one of the famous. I forget his name, but it was this blonde chick. She was like, it's American football. She was like, there needs to be like a little watermelon fried chicken with it, or she said something like she was just going off about it. I gotta cook up the clip.
Whoa.
She was being blatantly racist. Like it was bad. Like like I said, I gotta find that clip, and I'll probably post that clip when we talk about it. But it was just like some people are just too concerned about that. Like, is football about the halftime show?
If you cannot name 10 players that are in the game, you are no longer allowed to have an opinion on
the Super Bowl whatsoever.
Just 10. If you can name 10, you can have an opinion. But if you can't, just maybe turn your phone off. I don't know.
Exactly. And that's, social media. They're always going to make it about the hooplas and all that. But I mean, keep it about football, okay? At the end of the day, the halftime show is its own thing. But if you're a real football fan, you're watching for the actual game.
Yeah.
So,
Usually halftime is like time for a pee break or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the commercials now too are pee break, even though because they're not good as they used to be. But I know. I mean, like, I don't particularly listen to Bad Bunny's music. I don't know if y'all do.
No, I don't.
And I mean, he's a global superstar. There's no denying that. And I hope he gets back in the WWE ring because he's really good. But
Yeah, he is.
And but I guess I'll say this: like, I felt like even though it wasn't the best lineup for Turning Point, that kind of music is what more American football fans listen to instead of like Bad Bunny, for example. So
Yeah.
I just think at the end of the day, it was like a little misunderstanding of who your audience is. But like you guys said, like it's just a damn halftime show. Who cares?
Yeah.
But there were also events that transpired after the Super Bowl. Did you guys hear about Keon White, the 49ers player who got shot
yeah. San Francisco.
by Little Baby and his crew? I just found that
I've heard
Because they
there's
didn't let him in
speculations.
they didn't let him in the after party.
Because I heard he had like beef with him or something, like
It's just fucking stupid.
going into it, which, man.
Like you're a damn rapper. Fuck off.
I mean, which, like I said, some people, you know what I'm saying, they got to keep a persona and got to be tough. And, you know what I'm saying, if you step to them a certain way, they might feel like they need to prove something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know enough details to speak on it. But at the end of the day, nobody should be getting shot for anything. That's just what I think. I think there's a much better way to handle stuff. And even if you want to duke it out, man, duke it out. Take 30 seconds, a minute, say, bro, I just want to fight. Okay? We could fight, and however it goes, at the end, we're going to go our separate ways because we fought. That's how I believe all interactions should be.
For sure. But at the end of the day, they said, like, hey, like, you're not welcome here. Like, you're not entitled to get in the fucking party just because, oh, I'm Lil Baby. Like, because then you act like a little baby about it. And you know damn well if you didn't have that gun on you, you would have got your ass beat. That's the thing. Like you brought that up.
That's the thing. It's like most of those people who do that can't fight. Mm-hmm. Can't do shit. And that's the reason that you have that. Which, okay, but that says a lot about
Friday?
you. And you said what you said?
Remember Friday where you're like,
Oh.
no, son, with your fists, not with the gun.
Yeah, with your fist, with these. That's what he said, with these. Okay, these is much more powerful than picking up something that is, made in a factory and kill somebody in the instant. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just real stupid. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of people with talent like that always get themselves in the mix of just dumb, stupid stuff when they do stuff like that and carry guns. So I see, you know what I'm saying, why I can see why people carry. Okay, I can see that, right? But to use it in a way, like you said, just because you didn't get what you wanted, that's that's a whole different level. So it's people just got to find a balance, and you got to be humble when you have something
No
like
doubt.
that.
And I mean, at the end of the day, that will solve itself. Somebody's going to go to prison, probably, rightfully so.
Yeah.
But unfortunately now that recap or that shows a sign that the NFL offseason has started. That's for sure. But my Steelers hired an offensive coordinator out of the Kevin O'Connell tree. Gets me a little more excited about the Mike McCarthy hire than I originally was.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you saw my original disappointment, but he's a Pittsburgh guy, and maybe you can win outside of Dallas. But that's another thing. How the fuck is Nathaniel Hackett still getting jobs? He is now the Cardinals' offensive coordinator. What kind of dirt does he have on this league?
It's got to be something, man, because his track record, and I mean, could we really say, the Cardinals, where are they as an organization right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they're bottom of the league. I think Raiders and Cardinals in the same position. I mean, if we're talking, and I think, I don't know. Do I think the hire's gonna do anything? Do I think it's gonna move anything? No. I think you're just gonna be in the same spot that you were, and I mean, you're kind of doing it to yourself, right? You're kind of doing it to yourself.
No doubt. And, now I'm glad you brought up the Raiders because Max Crosby has told Tom Brady that he will never play for the Las Vegas Raiders ever again. And at this point, I can't blame him.
Rightfully
they're going to bring in another coach. Like, hey, it's going to be different this time. Like you said, this is the last 3 hires.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
Man, Crosby would look so good in that red imputer. Oh man. I think we draft I don't know, 16th or whatever, bruh. Jason
He's probably gonna want to go somewhere hot too,
dude.
Down in Florida.
Get it done. He needs to be in Tampa, man.
He seems like that type of guy too.
Insane.
He seems like he would fit in Tampa.
kind of what
Such a fun
Tampa's
player.
missing in a way.
We are.
A guy like that. I mean, they've tried. They've had all kinds of edge rushers.
That would be great for your defense.
For sure.
Dude, I would love it.
Now, Todd Bowles would probably drop him back into coverage, though. But
Facts.
I mean, if
We're
you're
actually going to blitz our 5'9" corner. And, defensive tackles. Let's mark the tight end. Yeah, it doesn't matter who we have, but I would like to.
You'd still get psyched about it because you're a fan, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
you definitely have.
We
to.
haven't
No
had
way.
an elite pass rusher like Shaq Barrett, Jason Pierre-Paul, but like that blue chip pass rusher, I would love it, man.
Patrick Mahomes still remembers them from that Super Bowl.
Yes, yeah.
Well, and I was gonna say, I mean, really, I think of that now. That 2002 Bucks might have been one of the best defenses of all time.
Oh,
Yeah.
easily.
And I mean, what didn't they have 3 pick sixes in a row against the Raiders in that Super Bowl?
Yeah, Dexter
I
Jackson.
think y'all had a lot of
Super Bowl
Pro Bowlers
MVP.
on that team too.
Oh, bro, Warren Sapp. Richard
Y'all had a
Seymour,
bunch of Pro Bowlers
Derek
on that team.
Brooks.
Richard Seymour played for y'all?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
yeah. Anthony McFarland, Derek Brooks, Rondé Barber, bro. John Lynch.
Those were probably good times. Good times for y'all back then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said Rondé Barber too?
Mm-hmm.
That was smash mouth football back in the day.
That's when it was real.
Yeah, that's when it was
Yeah. John Gruden
helmet
was knocking
versus
on
helmet,
his own wall.
pad versus pad.
But yeah, speaking of Smash Mouth Ball, there was a team with Smash Mouth Ball, and now I don't know. As Eagles offensive line coach Jeff Stoutland is walking away, and I don't think people are making a big deal enough of it as it is, especially because Landon Dickerson and Lane Johnson, who are 2 anchors on that offensive line, are considered in retirement. And Landon Dickerson hasn't been in the league that long, but he's been battling injuries since his college days.
Yeah.
And I mean, you look at it Jeff Stoutland developed guys like Jordan Mailata, who came from Australia and turned them into what they are. I can't remember many bad offensive lines that he had. And, I think it's kind of saying something about Nick Sirianni and the culture.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not good there right now. And, a lot of NFL fans are like, oh my God, Eagles downfall, it's coming.
And they couldn't hide it, right? Like
No.
whatsoever during the season. Like
No.
we all knew that locker room wasn't straight during the season. Like it just didn't seem like they were. I mean, even if you look at the play calling and just how they approached some teams this year, it was like, man, you could definitely tell there was something just not aligning with them. And like you said, to me, this just goes back to why they weren't the team that they were last year. It's because you have all this in the mix, and people have those high expectations on you. So I feel like with that and the different conflicts in between, this just shows that the Eagles they're not the same team. Let's just be honest. They're not going to go be a Super Bowl team next year. I don't see it. Maybe playoff, but that's to me even questionable now with this this guy departing. So to me, it really shows something about the Eagles, and I'm just glad I can't see Gilly and all them people
Fuck that guy.
do all that shit all again. Because oh my goodness, he's such a mascot.
Wow.
But
Yeah, and I mean, you look at I've never seen a Super Bowl champion coach get disrespected the way like Nick Sirianni does.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying whether it's warranted or not, but there are like times where I'm just like what does he even do? He doesn't call plays. He doesn't.
yeah, it just seems like he's kind of just go through the motions type of guy, where it's just like, and I don't really even. To be fair, I don't even really get like the leader coach out of him like that. I don't really get like,
He actually does speak to the team really well.
He
I'll
does.
say that. Like I
He
watched
does.
him on Hard Knocks.
But as a head coach, I feel like you have to have a different level of authority over your players and a different level of, okay, if you don't get this done for me, or if you're not performing like how I need you to perform, I'm kicking you off. Like I said, and we talked about it. We thought A.J. Brown was going to get the boot, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, did you what? They fought on the sideline.
Yeah. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? It points to me where it doesn't seem like he's a very directional leader. When I say directional, I mean we have a certain direction we're trying to go, and I'm not going to veer off this direction or have anything veer me off this direction. I think Kurt Sinetti is very good like that, where he doesn't care about what anybody else is saying or what he has. He's going to make sure his team's good. So to be honest, I don't know. I don't know if he'll ever have that directional lead like that, like some other coaches have had on different teams.
Agreed. And a lot of people think that this is going to be his last year, which is crazy to think. For, again, a Super Bowl, a guy who's been to 2 Super Bowls in, what, 3 years?
The fall off, dude.
Yeah,
the fall off is legit, though.
And, who knows if other guys fall off or not, but a story I saw that was interesting, Derek Carr is talking about coming out of retirement. I don't know who needs him.
No, I don't see
I mean,
needs Derek Carr. I mean, we kind of got our taste with somebody coming back with Phillip Rivers, and I mean, you kind of see how that went. I think it'll just be the same thing if he came back. Like, yeah, people might be hype, oh, Derek Carr's coming back, but
I don't think anybody's getting hype over that.
Yeah, me personally, I'm not, like I said, I don't think we here are seeing anything in that. It might be cool for him to, feel like he can get back into it, but I think it's just different league nowadays, man. And when you get at a certain age and you're playing against guys who are like just beasts, man, and they're just coming against you and they're just going at you 24/7, and you got to deal with these offensive lines who, if you were to go to a team, he probably wouldn't have a good offensive line. No. And he's statistically known for sucking ass with a bad offensive line. I mean, he's just not really that good in general.
No.
But yeah, I don't really see anything out of that. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, and especially the pass rushers now. I mean, these guys are on another level, but one pass rusher we may not have in Atlanta next year, James Pierce.
My goodness, bro.
Bro, it's a girl. You can find another one. She don't want nothing to do with you. Don't pursue. There ain't no need to stalk her like that. I mean,
I'm telling you, it goes back to we were just talking about it. It just all goes back to the widow shit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
or the wife stuff. It's like when you get a certain amount of money and when you get places, you have to know. There's no way nowadays you don't know that that's going to come with that. You're going to come with females that are going to give you a bunch of problems, especially if you meet them while you're as big as you are. That's why I think if you find a wife, find her before you know what I'm saying, before you're where you're at. You know what I'm saying? Find her before you have the money and you have all of that, which that's why I think is good. Like my current girl, I'm glad I found her now, because if I were to ever get to a point where I want to be, or if we were to ever get to a point where we want to be, I'd want to know I have somebody solid, right? But I mean, man, and then running from the police, man, and then making it so much worse for yourself.
it's kind of crazy that it took 7 of them to bring him down, though. That is wild to me. And not saying that it's right for him to resist by any means. No one should ever resist, because, especially a man of his stature, because you could get shot.
Just why run? You're an NFL, like that part just didn't sink in my head. Like you're making things 10 times worse on yourself. You're making your character 10 times worse. Like now NFL teams are looking at you so differently, because he's a good player. He really is a good player. But now this light will always be of him. This will always come up when his name comes up.
Yeah, I mean, he was like a top 5 talent coming out of Tennessee, but a lot of teams had him undraftable because of character issues, and as you can see, they kind of knew something when they were talking about that.
It was funny because his mom gave a speech about his good character at the NFL honors, and aged very well.
I've seen that, yeah.
We know guys who don't have good character, like Stephon Diggs. I mean, he had more baby mamas than touchdown catches in the post.
I heard Cardi B's not with him anymore.
They unfollowed each other on it. I mean, you know what? They were perfect for each other because they're both terrible people. But like,
they can never last in relationships ever.
No, and that Vikings clip where they're like, "Who do you least want to date your sister?" Diggs. It is more true by the day. I mean, you can't, like, and we were talking about last time when ESPN's like, "Oh, look at Stephon, so deserving of this moment." We're like, "Fuck out of here!"
Yeah,
choking
crazy.
your chef because she didn't make your sandwich right or whatever, you know. And
If your chef got a BBL, you're doing something wrong. All right, like come on, man.
that's crazy.
Just hire someone to cook your food.
BBL chef though,
Chef has a
bro.
BBL. I'm out on you.
You're a
bro.
little too, you know what I'm saying?
Goodness.
Can't control yourself that much, bro.
Right. And, you know, and I'm sure he was detained in handcuffs after that Super Bowl was over, but that's another situation. Man, and we got to talk about fighting, you know, because you weren't here for the last one, and I know you wanted to get your say on all the fights.
So I'm gonna go real quick. Am I good? You want me to start from UFC 23 or 24?
Whatever you're.
I'll do my quick of UFC 24. I'll do my quick UFC 24. So, what I'm gonna say overall, I thought the event was a really good event to start Paramount. There's a couple of good fights on there. Obviously, you know, John Silva jumping off the back. I want to get that frame somewhere, to be honest. If I could get that frame and put somewhere, I'm totally going to get that put. Yeah, women's flyweight division, Natalia Silva gets the decision. I thought she looked good. She did a lot of salsa dancing and shit. I don't know what she was doing with her hips.
She lost that, but I don't know. I mean, you look at Rose's eye.
Yeah, and Natalia's kicks are insane, by the way. She can kick like, I don't know what. So good on her. Derek Lewis fight. Derek Lewis, you need to retire, I think, at this point, brother. You looked awful. Shouts out to Waldo, though. Love to see him fight somebody, a top guy now. Because I feel like it would be a good fight in a division that needs a guy. And going to bantamweight co-main, Sean O'Malley, that was a closer fight than I think people realize.
Yeah.
I rewatched the fight, and I had Yadong win, but I rewatched the fight, and Sean definitely won the first. But it was a much closer fight than I thought it was because mostly the pacing, because Yadong was pushing the pressure more, like the first
Depends how you
round.
scored the first round, really.
That's what I'm saying. The first round was just the most iffy thing to me because
He got a takedown, but with like 10 seconds left.
but if you look at Yadong's face, he was getting touched. I mean, O'Malley was touching him with knees, I think, and O'Malley was staying in his range, but I don't think O'Malley looked that good. I really don't think he did.
He's not the next title challenger.
No, I don't
shouldn't
think he is. Just because I don't really think he deserves it. After
Neither did Umar earlier on.
But it was a close fight. I think ultimately, like I said, I can see why people would take Sean O'Malley just because he controlled the range just a little bit better and didn't really, not necessarily got backed up, but kind of held his ground. But he wasn't pushing the pace to me. I think Yadong pushed the pace, at least the first round majority of that. But congrats to him. I know he's probably going to be on the White House card, so we'll see what goes on with that. But going into the main, what a fucking fight.
Yep.
I mean, I think that was that was a perfect main event fight. It was a perfect main event to start the year. Congrats to Justin, man. It's good to see him with a belt around his waist again.
Levels.
And he definitely showed, man, that there's levels. I think Patty came in a little bit too confident. I think Patty thought he was going to do more with Justin. And to be honest, because he didn't throw really any takedowns or anything like that. He thought he could just stand and bang with Justin. And I don't think Patty's striking is on that level yet because he gets touched a lot. He got touched a lot in his last fights. It was just about finding the right striker, the right disciplined striker. And that's what he ran into in Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje is a striker, pound-for-pound striker. He can move, he can strike, he knows how to create angles, and he has power. Anybody that I know that have went against Justin Gaethje have said he has like one of the hardest hitting punches ever.
Hey, Max Holloway go back to spar because Max Holloway was never sparring in camp.
Yeah.
And before he fought Justin, he's like, "Yeah, I gotta spar for this fight,"
Yeah.
So
Which, what I'm saying, shows how the different levels of Max Holloway, what he did to Justin. But for Patty, I think he needed this for sure. I think this is something humbling for him. I think he gets better from this. Now, what he gets better in, we'll see. I think some of his decision making and the way
it was a pretty bad game plan.
Yeah, his decision making and the game plan wasn't the smartest against Justin Gaethje, which, to be honest, I think most
Michael
fighters
Chandler made him think he was a better striker than he was.
most fighters, I think would have came into a different game plan against a guy like Justin, but you got a hell of a chin on you, brother. I can say that. You got dropped. You kept coming back, and he's still young. You know what I'm saying? He still has a lot of time to develop. He's 23-4, so he's got a lot of fights, and I think he's gonna build off that. But yeah, overall, just I think a good card. And then I'll go to UFC 325, but I won't go on everybody.
Not a great card.
Not really the best card. I'm just going to talk about the fights that I watched. Killian, so I forgot his name. Quillon. I don't know how to say it. That's a crazy name. Man, you look good. I will say you look great.
Jamie had a good game plan for that fight too.
Yeah, he had a really good game plan because it was, what I'm saying, it looked like it was going to be a test for you. At least what I thought it's going to be your biggest test yet. But round one submission, did its thing. Tai Tuivasa and Teixeira.
That was so disgusting.
Man, I don't know what it is with heavyweight fights now, but those back-to-back, Derek Lewis, and then this one, it just kind of shows like the heavyweight division is suffering. Like they're not what they used to be. Like with the, Junior Dos Santoses and
Should've
the
brought back
Cain
Francis.
Velasquez's and Francis. It's just not the same. But overall, they both looked ass. I'm just gonna say that. Marcio Rufi, my guy, clean KO, man. It looked awesome, man, and against a guy who doesn't really get KO'd like that. So shouts out to him. I think he's getting better over time. I think he got better over time, and it's good to see, after having 2 losses for him to kind of get back, and it'll be curious to see where he goes in that stacked division. I'd have to say, I don't know if I really want to talk. I mean, Benoit Saint Denis. I mean, I kind of expected him to win against Dan Hooker.
I bet on Dan Hooker like an idiot.
Dan Hooker's just not a guy he used to be, and I said this before. Like, he's been in too many wars to be the same guy that he's used to be. He's had too many injuries. He's just, he's a great guy. He's always gonna put on a good fight and try to make it a good fight. But
He was touching him up with the body earlier.
Yeah.
And then he decided to shoot a takedown, which I didn't understand that at all.
and I thought that was so dumb. I don't know why. He does that in fights where he try to get a ghillie, shoot a ghillie, or he'll try to go for a submission if somebody's got his leg. No, defend it more. Keep his best fights were when he was on the feet, standing and banging.
Yeah.
When he made the fights, he made hard for other guys like Dustin Poirier and those other guys. So
Gosh, one of my favorite ones ever.
that was and in the Apex too, man, with
You could hear
no
the
crowd.
sound. Yeah.
Bro, that was one of the best fights of all time. But Alexander Volkanovski, man,
The greatest.
I think he's the greatest at his weight class, man. I think there's no doubt about it. I will say Diego Lopez, I think, was hurt in that fight, which I could tell
both of his feet?
I could tell he was, because if you look at the correlation to how he fought last fight and how he fought this fight, his pressure was nowhere near the pressure that he was giving Volk in that first fight, which could have been a game plan thing. It could have been, you know what I'm saying, something like that. But I just think he looked way worse in this second fight than he.
It wasn't a very good fight.
No, I think Volk won decisively. Last fight he dropped Volk, and last couple of rounds made it hard. But I think Volk was the clear winner of this fight.
You could argue Volk won 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Because, he dropped Volk, but that was with 2 seconds.
2 seconds though, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I thought he would give him more pressure. I just thought I would see a better game plan from him. You know what I'm saying? Pressure him more, get his back against the cage, because Volk sucks with his back against the cage, unfortunately. Especially if you know how to strike and you know what you're doing. Shouts out Ilya Taporia. But all in all, I think it's great. I think he has the potentially to be on the white card house. I don't know, we'll see, but great fight from him though, and man, it's just all been two great main events. I will say 2 good main events where the fights were pretty good, and new Paramount era, man. I'm excited.
I am too.
Get
rid of those ads though. And they did better at 325, but the first one I was like, we don't get any coach cam.
We need more of that, man.
Yeah, and a really, really good show, and there was an Apex card unfortunately this past week, but two standouts for me. There were some fighters cut from that. Alex Morono, his tenure's done. I thought he went out on a shield though.
Yeah, he did,
because he was getting bloodied up pretty bad, and kind of had a Robbie Lawler moment, was spitting the blood in the face, but so, and it was funny because the day before he's like, "Can I get a retirement fight?" And then next day he gets released. I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of fucked." But Kyoji Horiguchi is back at flyweight. He came back in November, but man, the way he pieced up Amir, Ooh. And then, you know, we all.
To be his age, man.
Yeah.
Too, and to have 36 fight. I mean,
think he's
over
going to win the
36 fights.
championship. Like,
Yeah, I do.
I
I
really
do see
do.
it. I do see it. I think he gives Van problems for sure.
I mean, Pantoja's probably going to beat Van if they fight. If you know, if he doesn't break his arm again. But
Yeah. But also, I will say, Batista, man, he's putting these prospects down, man. Like these up and coming guys, man. Like you go against Batista, man, you're gonna have a tough time trying to get by him. And I thought he looked good against a guy who had a lot of potential, man.
dominated him. And I mean, because I really like the Loke Dog or Vinicius Oliveira, whatever his name.
Yeah.
I wanted him to win. I mean, but and apparently he fought with a broken arm, which I could kind of see. But at the end of the day, Mario still dominated him. And
Yeah.
you know, I think a lot of people still don't like Mario because of the Jose Aldo fight. And at this point, like it is what it is.
Yeah, it's the past.
He just lines up and I mean gave Umar a pretty tough fight. The only thing that was weird because he's like, yeah, I didn't wrestle enough for the Umar fight, which I was kind of like, that's a choice.
Yeah.
That's neither here or there. And you know, and also Umar didn't really prove himself against Figgy. I mean, it just kind of was a boring performance. And I think we're gonna get that trilogy. We should get the Beyond Marab trilogy, but the fight world, man, it's a crazy business. And Andrei Arlovsky is still kicking it in bare knuckle with a knockout win over Ben Rothwell again. And after beating cancer, I mean, he cut Rothwell open pretty bad.
Yeah.
Saw that or not. But and now Craig Jones and Dylan Danis will be going against each other in BJJ. Craig, please, we're begging you. Like, if he taps.
Mike Perry's dumb as I don't know all what.
Mike Perry.
I said Mike Perry.
Dylan Danis.
Dylan Danis. Sorry. I don't know why they remind me of each other. Like they look similar. If you look at Mike Perry and Dylan Danis, they look exactly alike, and they almost act exactly alike.
Oof. I don't want to shade Mike Perry like that too much. I love Platt.
He's Mike Perry's a hothead, but yeah, I think everybody just wants to see Dylan Danis get choked out, and I mean, I don't even know why the fuck he would take that. Craig Jones is like. That is literally his life, is
Probably
what you're
money.
doing.
It's got to be money.
So, you know, if you want to do it to lose, great, you know? But
that's yeah. I mean, that's gonna happen probably.
it will. There's no way he's beating Craig Jones. I'd put my life savings on that. He wouldn't beat Craig Jones.
No, and that's neither here nor there. But an event that will be coming to all over the place. You see the what is it? They're doing like professional Oklahoma drills now.
Oh, you talking about with the
Those big guys just running at each other.
They like I think they like Swiss or New Zealand dudes. They're like
It's kind of stupid if I'm being honest.
It's stupid, but bro, it's crazy
I
to
like
watch.
power slap though.
Like I don't know if you know who Destroying is. Destroying went to go watch an event with them one time because I watch his YouTube, and bro, it's like they're just like these big like rugby playing dudes that just like line up for like 50K and like they go like 3 rounds too. Like so like if they like nobody gets like knocked down or they have no clear winner, they just go again. Like and it's like they're coming from like 20 yards and just smacking each other, dude. And it's like, man, it's concussion city right there for sure. But it's fun to watch. I will say it's very fun to watch. Would I ever do it? Fuck no. But yeah,
probably more entertaining than an Usman or Magomedov. Well, I'm kidding. That was actually a pretty good performance by him. I don't know if you watched it.
Yeah, it was.
And weird PFL. They're in a weird spot. I mean, they just had a welterweight champion, and then after he won, he retired. On that card.
I don't think they're going to be around that much longer.
No.
That's why.
No.
I think in like a year or two they're probably.
We all forgot Jake Paul had a contract with them, which was pretty funny to think about now. But
yeah.
Lonier Kavanaugh is stepping in to fight Brandon Moreno at the Mexico card. Kind of a weird replacement, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Got slept by Charles Johnson. Now he's getting an opportunity at a top 5 flyweight. But hey, if he's the only one that wants to step up, so be it. Brandon Moreno, he'll fight anybody. And, you know, he kind of deserves it after he got fucked in his last performance by a referee. But
Yeah.
he was getting beat pretty good though, but that's neither here or there. Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, I love Dana White, but it seems like based on events we've heard recently, that Hunter Campbell runs the show.
Yeah. And I think he's kind of been like, kind of taking over that this past like few years. And which, Uncle Dana's been doing this for a while, right? He's been doing this since, what I'm saying?
2001.
He's been doing this for a long time. And like you said, as it grows, what I'm saying, it's probably a lot of stuff that he can't, what I'm saying, handle, or he's got money now. He's got to be thinking about retirement, sometime.
Zuffa boxing just started up, so probably.
And but he could be more thinking, hey, like he could be trying to get more into that now. And I mean, he's got a guy in Campbell that I think, what I'm saying, he could
fucking G.
Yeah, he can hold his own, and he's gonna put him on fight. So yeah, I think it'll all be well in the end.
For sure. And, like, he's always calling people up. He tried to get Rico Verhaven into the UFC, but he's going to boxing.
Yeah.
Good luck on that. And now he's going to have to figure out which light heavyweight Jailton Almeida can stink it up against.
Yeah, so he wants to move back down.
I mean, he was a promising prospect, but the fights just haven't been great recently, though. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't fight him, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I think he should just go ahead and move back down and do his thing in that division.
And big championships are coming to DC soon, as Anthony Davis was traded to the Washington Wizards. Like I said, after the Trae Young trade, 2030 NBA champions. And I'm going to have to start calling James Harden the Bonnie Blue of the NBA, because how many times this guy I don't like it. You talk about a job hopper in the NBA. It's James Harden.
Yeah, no, it's proven.
I'm sick of it.
It's proven James Harden has been everywhere and has been the problem. Phoenix, Houston, they gave you Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? And even when they get to the positions where you need to perform, you barely put up 10 points. You barely put up 15 points. And it's like, bro, when you get to the positions where you have to perform and they're looking for you to be the star that you say you are, dude, it's like you don't show up. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, I want to go somewhere else. And it's like this constant, oh, I'm just going to go somewhere else. I'm just going to go somewhere else. And it's like, you're obviously becoming the problem, because everywhere you go, a team is struggling, or they're just not the team that is going to compete in a playoffs or do anything like that.
Right.
So I don't see how people look into James Harden and say, yeah, like this is a guy that we want on our team, especially just he's on the Cavs right now.
Yeah, he's half the reason I don't even really watch the NBA.
I didn't even think the Cavs needed him like that, for real. Like, I don't know. It's neither here.
I don't even really watch it. I just see guys like that. I'm like, oh, he got traded again. All right, nice.
Yeah,
What's new, know? But guys that are making their return: Justin Verlander, Goochland's own, or he's got a house in Goochland, I think, right now. So I wonder if Kate Upton's ever been. No, she's been in Richmond, right? Kate Upton.
Yeah, she's probably had to before. Yeah.
He's going home to Detroit though, and it's a good feel-good story. I hope it ends with a World Series in Detroit for him. On that note,
Yeah.
Last time we were here though, I had to give a soliloquy for AJ Styles. I don't know if you got any parting words. I gave my thing on the phenomenon.
Yeah, I will say my parting words, because AJ to me is. You know what I'm saying? I think he doesn't get enough credit, even though he does get credit, but I think he doesn't get enough for how big he was, just for TNA and just for, wrestling back then. You know what I'm saying? He to me, one of the best wrestlers ever in history. And yeah, man, he's done a lot for wrestling in general.
Mm-hmm.
He's inspired a lot of talent nowadays. Like, a lot of people that we see nowadays, they were watching just like we were watching AJ Styles back then. And like you said, he did his thing in TNA, came to WWE, and he was phenomenal. He really was what he was, and Can't say enough about him, man. Just hope he enjoys it. He deserves it. You know, he worked his ass off, and I know he's got kids and stuff, so he can be on that father time and enjoy that more, and that'll be fun. You're not traveling all the time, so I hope he enjoys it for sure. He deserves it.
Now, he didn't put the gloves down or anything, so he might not be done yet. But if he wants to have a run in TNA,
hey,
go for it.
Go for it.
I will watch.
Go for it.
We'll both watch that.
I'll definitely watch that.
So, and I'm starting to think that WWE AEW relationship's getting a little better now. Considering Seth Rollins and MJF were
Seen
being
together.
boys at the they were being boys at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And MJF had quite the reaction when the crowd was chanting "fuck Ice." I'm like, you made that boy break character. How? I mean, but yeah. And we now have a new WWE superstar by the name of Raheem Rhodes.
Yes, Mr. Raheem. I thought that was so good when he did that. And
He's
he
like-
acknowledged it. He was like, they didn't give me the nickname Raheem for no reason. It was like the promo was perfect. And I just love how he's going with the whole, nickname and everything. Because,
He tried not to break character after.
that's it was funny, bro. That's my guy, though. Everybody that I seen reacted to it, laughed. It was the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah, they're wishing a happy Black History Month to Raheem
Yes,
Rhodes.
my guy. Always invited to the cookout, brother.
Oh my God, no
Always.
doubt. And speedy recovery, real quick, to Braun Breaker with the hernia. That sucks.
Oh, man,
I
that
thought he
sucks.
should have won the Rumble, and maybe that's
Probably could have been.
probably in hindsight better now that happened.
Yeah.
And now, granted, he wouldn't have had his hernia if he didn't have to flip a goddamn table for a segment.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. And
That's
real,
a stingy injury too.
yeah. I mean, Roman Reigns had that a few years ago.
Yeah.
But real quick shout out to I don't know if you guys are Three Doors Down listeners growing up or not. Brad Arnold, singer, has passed away, unfortunately, and all I can think of is, if I go crazy, man, well, will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive or not.
Good band.
Great. Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. And yeah, a lot of it sucked. That actually ruined my day, honestly. But you done good. Well, what's that song that everybody? Oh, We're Here Without You, and it's not fun. Yeah, I mean, whew, a lot. Yeah. Excuse me, golly. Yeah, I mean, there's so much to be excited about, though. I mean, football season's over. March Madness is coming up. We got PGA tours. And a real quick shout out to Lindsey Vonn. Holy shit. On a torn ACL. 1 week later,
Yeah.
she's competing in the damn Olympics.
Yeah. I mean,
The psycho.
it's insane when you train for stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? You work your whole life to be there, so it's just good to see her get back, and you know what I'm saying. And I'm excited for the Olympics. This year, I'm a wrestler. I've always been a wrestler my whole life, and Winter Olympics means wrestling Olympics, taekwondo, all that. So I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? This is my realm of Olympics right here. So it'll be good to see for me. I can't wait to enjoy it.
And congrats to Breezy Johnson on stepping up and winning gold.
Yes.
Great name, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's her birth name or not, but either way, cool nickname. But thinking of GOAT athletes and Tom Brady living it up at the Super Bowl saying, may the best team win. Kind of, he's happy that the Patriots lost. I think so. But I got to say, he's living that fuckboy life. His wife cheated on him with a jiu-jitsu coach. She was caught in his guard. And yeah, he's partying up with Alex Earl. Man, you know what? Good for you, Tom. Good for you.
Good for you, buddy.
But on that note, yeah, I mean, there's just, like I said, a lot going on in the world, and plenty more of our moments to cover. Y'all boys got anything left to add here?
Not really. I just wanted people to tune in to my boy Strickland and Hinder Hernandez next week. We'll get more into that, but from what he's saying, he thinks my boy Strickland might pull it out. So we'll talk about.
I think he's going to scramble well and keep it on the feet as much as possible. And
I think it'll be a great fight though.
Yeah.
But yeah, just Olympics is going on, man. I'm excited for that, and college basketball, man. I can't wait until that starts getting to the nitty gritty, man, and March Madness starts to come around, man, because that's when times get real good, and I'm a Villanova fan, we've had our fair share in deals, you know what I'm saying? We might not be what we were, but so I've been around for the experiences. That's all I'm gonna say, okay?
One of the
When we won that game, boy, I was doing backflips, okay? My whole family was doing backflips. So yeah, just really excited for sports in general, and I mean, even though the NFL is on its off season, we have fighting and boxing as well, and different types of things like that.
Probably some
WrestleMania,
draft shows coming up.
yeah,
imagine,
draft shows, yep.
Huge announcements on that in the future. We'll have to discuss that, but I'm feeling good about that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, March Madness is looking like the G League tournament now with all these guys that are trying to gain eligibility back. But that's. I mean, I don't even know if we have the time to dive into that or not, probably. But yeah, I think we could talk about that off air. But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited, and good luck to David Njoku on trying to find a new home. Cleveland told him get the hell out, and Jim Schwartz also said I'm getting the fuck out too, and I don't blame Jim Schwartz, but. Yeah, but really great talking with you guys. Thank you for tuning in once again, and have a great day, everybody.